all whatsoever, and it sounds silent. Yeah, when you talk. If you keep them all on, it feedback.
So we have a question.
We are live.
I'll call the September meeting of the Area Plan Commission to order. Could I have roll call, please?
Ryan Baker,
Present.
Kevin Beaver,
Here.
Deborah Carter, James Krisman, Terry Clark,
Here.
Mark Klinkenbeard,
Here.
John Collette,
Here.
Norm Froderman,
Here.
Don Folk,
Here.
John Hanley,
Here.
Marcus Maurer,
Here.
Debbie May, Amanda Thompson, William Verdine.
We do have a quorum. Could I ask everyone to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I assume everyone's had an opportunity to review the meeting minutes from our previous meeting as well as the status report. Are there any corrections or comments on that? If not, I'll need a motion for approval.
So moved.
Those in favor? Aye. Motion passes. We don't have any public comments tonight that are non-agenda items that you're aware of. Okay. Executive Director's report.
Good evening. Two things real quick. One, under the Plat Committee report, the Bragg Griner subdivision did get approved, so it has been moved to the approved status. And the only other thing that I have is you'll notice that Sydney and I are sitting in different seats tonight. That's because my family unfortunately had a couple of emergencies this month that pulled me out of the office for a couple of weeks. So Sydney has, and everybody here really has stepped up and really helped out, filled in during my absence, and Sydney will be in the hot seat this evening, as she is more intimately involved with this agenda this month.
All right.
I will try.
You will try. You got anything for us, Sydney, as far as a report?
No, not much. We have gotten we submitted everything to DNR for the floodplain ordinance, and so we are now pending the Honey Creek Conservancy District remapping, 100% violation free.
Good.
So
Okay.
that's always good.
All right. Any questions for the director or assistant director of the Plan Commission? No, I'll need a motion for approval.
So moved. Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. You do have a copy of the committee reports. He said that the Griner one was approved, so you don't have a copy of it, but it is now approved. So we'll move to our first item under new business, city rezonings, docket number 68, file number 36, 2025, 3250 and 3450 Locust Street from an M2 to a C5 General Central Business District.
The property owner is Sycamore Storage LLC. Proposed use is rental storage units. Proposed zoning is C5 General Central Business District. Current zoning is M2 Heavy Industrial District, represented by Mr. Llewellyn. Common address is 3250 and 3450 Locust Street. It is M2 to the northeast and west and R1 to the south. The petitioners are requesting to rezone the properties from M2 Heavy Industrial District to C5 General Central Business District to allow for the continued use of the existing rental storage units and the development of future rental storage units. The property located at 3450 Locust Street was subdivided into two lots. The Sycamore Storage two-lot subdivision was approved at the August 6, 2025 Area Plan Commission meeting. The petitioner intends to continue to use and develop the property as rental storage unit facilities. In their recommendation, the Department of Engineering states that the intended use would not alter the neighborhood's characteristics or create any significant problems for the surrounding area. They offered a positive recommendation for the rezoning. Staff also offers a favorable recommendation.
Mr. Llewellyn.
Thank you, Mr. President. I am, members of the commission, I am Jeff Llewellyn, an attorney with the Wilkinson Law Firm here in town. I am appearing on behalf of the petitioner, Sycamore Storage, LLC. This is a situation you're familiar with somewhat from last month. One of the two lots that we are seeking to rezone was being subdivided itself into two lots. So we had Lot 1 of Doty Industrial Park, Part 6, and Lot 2 of Doty Industrial Lot Park 6. Part 6, Lot 2. Lot 2 is what's been subdivided contingent upon it being rezoned. And all of this comes about because Sycamore Storage is looking to expand and add on some storage units to its current existing site and facility. They have been operating there for a decade and operating under the M2 classification, but apparently with the new project, it's been pointed out that that's really not an accurate zoning classification for that use. And so we are coming here to ask for your approval to rezone to what would be an appropriate zoning classification of C5 to allow for the subdivision to be finalized and recorded, and then allow for expansion of additional storage units. And I would be glad to answer any questions that you might have.
Any questions from anyone on the Plan Commission? Is there anyone here speaking in opposition to this request? Not, I'll entertain a motion. Those in favor? Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Next item under new business, city rezoning is docket number 73, file number 37, 2025, 1624 North 13th Street from an M1 to an R2, two-family residence district.
The property owner is 412 Realty LLC. Proposed zoning is R2, two-family residence district. Proposed use is a duplex. Current zoning is M1 Light Industrial District. Represented by Mr. Felling. The common address is 1624 North 13th Street. It is R2 to the north and west, M2 to the east, and C1 and C2 to the south. The petitioner is requesting to rezone the property to R2 to convert the existing structure to a duplex and conform to the zoning of the surrounding neighborhood. There is an existing two-car garage at the rear of the property. The building and garage do not meet current setback or parking requirements. The petitioner has requested variances to the Board of Zoning Appeals, which were approved partially. They approved variances for setbacks and off-site parking. They did deny the variance for hard surface parking. They have requested variances for buildings, okay, we went through that. In their recommendation, the Department of Engineering states the intended use would not alter the neighborhood's characteristics or create any significant problems for the surrounding area. The Department of Engineering provided a favorable recommendation. Staff also offered a favorable recommendation with approval of variances by the Board of Zoning Appeals, which was this morning, and site plan approval by the Department of Engineering.
Mr. Felling.
Mr. President, members of the commission, Eddie Felling, Linden Felling Law Firm here on behalf of 412 Realty. I hope this is a no-brainer. I'm happy to answer any questions. This was a non-conforming use commercially prior to the proposed rezoning, and my client intends to make it a 2-3 bedroom duplex, which would fit the neighborhood. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions from anyone on the Plan Commission? Anyone here speaking in opposition to this request? Not, I'll entertain a motion.
So move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor? Aye. Motion passed.
Thank you all. Appreciate it. Thank you, staff.
Next item under new business, city rezoning is docket number 74, file number 38, 2025, 1083 Cedar Ridge Court from an R1 to an R3 PD apartment residence district plan development.
If I could, good evening, Mr. President, fellow members of the commission. My name is Richard Shagley. I'm with the law firm Wright, Shagley & Lowry, and tonight I'm here on behalf of Dr. Korn, his wife, and the trust that owns this property, and we're asking that this be withdrawn at this time.
Withdrawn?
Withdrawn.
Okay.
So moved. We have to act
Go ahead. Might as well. Got a motion to withdraw. All in favor? Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next item under new business subdivisions, minor, primary, secondary, docket number 62, file number 36, 2025, Randall Tucker minor subdivision.
You have, one of your maps is a handout there. It didn't make it into the packet. It does say on top of it, Randall Tucker subdivision. The property is commonly associated with 7475 South Dearborn Street in Terre Haute. One new lot of 1.041 acres from the parent tract of 58.8 acres. The upper road access is South Dearborn Street. Developer is Francis A. Tucker, AF Revocable Trust. The surveyor is Easton T. French. The applicant is requesting to subdivide 1.041 acres to separate the existing residential dwelling from the surrounding acreage. The health department is pending. Yeah. Okay, the health department's pending. Public sewer is not available. A septic system must be utilized. The property does not appear to fall within any significant noise contours of the Terre Haute International Airport. Public water is not available. It's not in a flood zone. The lot exceeds the minimum lot size requirements. South Dearborn Street is a local level roadway. This area should be well served with other utilities. Storm drainage is not required with a minor subdivision. A variance from section 6-103-10H1 building line setbacks has been requested. The surveyor has requested a reduction of 6 feet from the 25-foot front setbacks as required in the subdivision control ordinance. The surveyor states the request for a 6-foot front setback is needed to prevent encroachment on the existing home setback. A 6-foot street setback will remain clear of the home's overhangs and gutters. This will not cause any harm as the home has been in this location since 1900. This variance is also necessary to support future sales of the proposed subdivision lot. Staff believes that this requested variance will not be injurious to public health, safety, morals, convenience, or general welfare of the community. The variance of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will not be affected in a substantially adverse manner. The strict application of the terms of the ordinance has resulted in a unnecessary hardship, excluding financial reasons in the use of the property. Therefore, the staff recommends a favorable opinion of the variance request. Only one recognized PLLSS corner was identified on the plat, which could cause some issues in the future for the property owners. The approval of this plat is contingent upon the plat being recorded within 90 days after the plat is dated and signed by the president and attested by the secretary of the commission. Favorable, however, the following conditions would apply to record in 90 days.
Is the petitioner present? Is there anything you'd like to add to staff's report or any comments?
No, it was a farm. We bought the farm. This was a house that we're trying to divide off and sell it. So
Okay.
that's what it is.
Okay. Any questions for the petitioner from the planning commission? Anyone here speaking in opposition to this request? Those in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Next item under new business subdivisions, minor, primary, secondary, docket number 65, file number 39, 2025, Foster subdivision.
This is also another one of the handouts you have. The petitioner has requested to table the subdivision for this month to work out some setback issues they have.
So, second.
Those in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Next item under new business subdivisions, major, primary, secondary, docket number 72, file number 43, 2025, Blue Oaks subdivision.
This is another handout. You do have an amended staff report there because we got some additional information. The property is commonly associated with 1856 North Bolton Road in West Terre Haute. It's 6.16 acres from 62 acres, creating one new lot. Road access is Bolton Road. The surveyor was Mr. Keller. We requested to subdivide the parent tract by adding one new lot that will include the existing home and barn. Health department review is pending. Sanitary sewer is not available. There are no new public roads. It doesn't fall within the noise contour. Public water is available on Bolton Road since the existing home is more than 1,000 feet away. A well might be used. It's not in a flood zone. The lot exceeds minimum lot size. No proposed public streets. The area should be served with other utilities and no required storm drainage plan for a minor subdivision. The property owner is subdividing the existing home and barn away from the original 62 acres. No new roads will be constructed. The property owner owns another home to the east that shares a private drive. This area is zoned A1 agricultural. The previous errors on the plat and legal description have been amended. A variance of scale has been requested. Staff is of the opinion that the requested variance will not be injurious to the public health, safety, morals, convenience, or general welfare of the community. The value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will not be affected in a substantially adverse manner. The strict applications in the terms of the ordinance have resulted in a necessary hardship, including financial reason, in the use of the property. Therefore, staff recommends favorably on this variance request. Staff can foresee no major impact on local infrastructure with the approval of this plan. Approval of the plat is contingent upon the plat being recorded with 90 days. Staff provides a favorable recommendation with the following conditions: record within 90 days.
Is the petitioner present? Rick, anything you'd like to add?
No, Ruthie and I, we have about 300 acres up there, and this is a 62-acre parcel that is part of that 300 acres, and we're selling off. It's the old Maynard Niemeyer farm, so we're selling the home to my grandson, parting off 6 acres.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any questions from the planning commission? Anyone here speaking in opposition to this request? If not, I'll entertain a motion. Those in favor? Aye. Motion
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item under new business, subdivisions, major, secondary, docket number 64, file number 38, 2025, local 157.
Okay, you do have one handout, which is a remonstrance for this. It is from Shantha Aaron at 9599 East Milner Avenue. She cites environmental impact of the character on the area, and increase of traffic and infrastructure. The property is just east of the 1 acre commonly associated with 8838 East Milner Avenue. The lot is 30 acres. Road access is East Milner Avenue. The developer is Plumbers and Steam Fitters, Local 157, surveyed by Mr. Doles. The request is to subdivide 30 acres for commercial development. This is a secondary request. They must utilize sanitary sewer. Sanitary sewer is available on East Milner. Petitioner stated on the application sheet that they will utilize the sanitary sewer. Milner is a local road. County engineering may request improvements to the road to handle the additional traffic. However, they reported no initial plan concerns and have requested a stormwater management plan. The property does appear to fall within the 65 DNL noise contour surrounding Terre Haute Regional Airport, Holman Field. Due to the proposed development's proximity to the airport, it will be necessary to complete and submit an FAA Form 7460-1. It is not in a flood zone. The lot exceeds the minimum lot size. No new proposed public streets. This area should be well served with other utilities, and a storm drainage plan is required. A rezoning accompanied the primary subdivision. The rezoning petition from A1 to C3 was approved in September 2023 with the condition of approval of the secondary subdivision. County engineering will need to review and approve the existing road design or recommend changes to handle the increase in traffic. Road cut permits will be needed. Per Terre Haute Regional Airport, the property falls within the 65 DNL noise contour surrounding the airport. Since the building will be a commercial use, this is not an issue on the airport side. It's important for the developers to know they will encounter aircraft noise at their location. No vertical construction may occur in the subdivision until the FAA has completed their study, and a Form 7460-1 must be filed with the FAA. The zoning classification and setbacks need to be updated on the plat, along with some other minor plat revisions. The recommendation is favorable on the secondary plat with the following conditions: bonding for infrastructure, county engineering review and approval, minor plat changes, approval of landscape and buffer plan if necessary, and FAA approval.
Mr. Shagley.
Good evening, Mr. President, fellow members of the commission. My name is Richard Shagley. I'm with the law firm of Wright, Shagley & Lowry, and tonight it's my honor to be here on behalf of the men and women of the Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 157. As you may recall, and as it was mentioned, we did rezone this property over 2 years ago, and some of the issues that were raised by the property owner, 9590, were brought up and discussed, and I believe resolved at that meeting. Matt Vorse is here with me this evening. If you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer them.
Any questions for Mr. Shagley? Anyone here speaking in opposition to this request? Not, I'll entertain a motion. Those in favor? Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next item under new business subdivisions, major secondary, docket number 70, file number 41, 2025, R&B Thomas Estates.
The property is located on a private drive. The drive has a common confluence with McDaniel Road and Eaton Road. It's one new lot of 0.85 acres. Road access is McDaniel Road. Developer is, or owner is Dennis Cook. Surveyor is Mr. Little. The applicant is requesting to subdivide 0.85 acres to separate the existing residential dwelling from the surrounding acreage. Health Department is approved. Public sewer is not available. Septic system must be utilized. It does not fall in the noise contours. Public water is not available. It's not in a flood zone. The lot exceeds the minimum lot size requirements. Construction details are not available on the private drive. Area is well served with other utilities, and a stormwater drainage plan is not required. This parent tract has reached the maximum number of divisions for a minor subdivision located on a private drive. The limit is 4. The petitioner has requested a variance to permit six lots instead of the limit of 4. The representative states that the property is held closely by the family and maintained by a trust. A subdivision in which the access requirement of section 6-103-11A3 is satisfied by a private road that meets neither the public street standards may be developed so long as not more than 3 lots have been created out of the same tract. The petitioner has submitted a written plan for maintenance of the private drive. The Area Plan Commission must approve the maintenance agreement. Staff is of the opinion that the requested variance will not be injurious to the public health, safety, morals, convenience, or general welfare of the community. The value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will not be affected in a substantially adverse manner. Strict application of the terms of the ordinance have resulted in a necessary hardship excluding financial reason in the use of the property. Therefore, staff recommends favorably on the request. The approval of the plat is contingent on the plat being recorded within 90 days. The addition of one new home should not overburden the local infrastructure. So staff has a favorable recommendation for the secondary, record the subdivision and road maintenance plan agreement within 90 days.
Mr. Shagley.
Good evening, Mr. President, fellow members of the commission. My name is Richard Shagley. I'm with the law firm Wright, Shagley & Lowry. And tonight I'm honored to be here on behalf of Dennis Cook and his family. As stated, we've got a rather large piece of land, and they would like to cut off a piece for another family member. And as a result of some requirements, we were required to request that variance through a letter to the area plan office, as well as provide a road maintenance agreement. I believe you have that in your packets. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Any questions from Mr. Shagley on this request? Anyone here speaking in opposition to this? Not, I'll entertain a motion. Those in favor? Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next item under new business subdivisions, major secondary, docket number 71, file number 42, 2025, Graham and Cunningham.
This property is east of Main, south of Front, and north of Railroad Streets along an undeveloped and platted Front Street in the town of Sealyville. 18 lots, 6.12 acres. Road access is off Main, first, second, third, and a private drive. Developer is Tom Graham. Surveyor is Jason Wagner. The request is to replat portion of the Dyes addition in an abandoned railroad right-of-way, creating 18 new residential lots. The report, they must utilize sanitary sewer. The developer will be extending the sewer mains. These roads are within the town of Sealyville. The town board will accept or decline the dedication of the new roads. The property does not fall into any of the noise contours. Sealyville water is available. Hydrants will need to be installed on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd streets. It's not in a flood zone. The rezoning was approved from RS to R1 to allow lot sizes to be reduced to 5,500 square feet with all utilities. The road extensions are platted with a 50-foot right-of-way. The Town Board of Sealyville has submitted written comments stating that the developer will not be required to install curb and guttering. The developer will be required to maintain the roadway to match the current width and height of the existing roadway. No details were provided on the plaque. Area is well served with utilities. The Town Board has requested that the developer ensure proper drainage of rainwater. The primary subdivision was in June 2025 with several conditions for approval of the secondary subdivision. The primary subdivision had an accompanying rezoning, which was also approved. The petitioner has addressed all of the previously listed conditions other than the addition of the utility easement locations on the plat and some other minor plat corrections. The approval of this plat is contingent upon the plat being recorded with 90 days after the plat is dated and signed by the president. Staff is favorable on the secondary with the following conditions: bonding for infrastructure if needed, addition of utility easement locations on the plat, and any other plat corrections.
Is the petitioner present? Anything you'd like to add to staff's report?
No, I think we got everything done you guys asked for, so it's
Okay.
start building.
Okay. Any questions from anyone on the planning commission? Anyone here speaking in opposition to this request? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Second.
Those in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Thank you. The next item, do we need to take action, or was it tabled prior to?
No, this one we do need to.
No, there's,
Oh.
our agenda has docket number 60.
Yeah, that was tabled prior to.
Prior to,
Yes,
so we
yes.
don't, because we don't have it in our packet.
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
so no action taken. So then the last item on our agenda, under new business, city county general ordinance, docket number 66, general ordinance number 8, 2025, amend the Terre Haute City Code, chapter 10, article 2, comprehensive zoning ordinance, division 8, residential districts, and division 10, commercial districts, to add C-1R child care district.
This ordinance amends the section of city code pertaining to zoning for child care centers. It adds a new commercial zoning district for the child care zone, C1R. The child care zone, while a commercial zoning district, is restricted specifically to child care. The new zoning requires a written off-street parking and loading plan that has been approved by the Department of Engineering. Child care centers are often located within or near residential neighborhoods. The addition of this section of code would allow child care centers to meet state requirements while not allowing the encroachment of commercial zonings into residential. There was general discussion among the ordinance committee. Marcus Mauer explained the new ordinance will have an accompanying registry, which is not heard through area planning. He said the ordinance more closely aligns with state requirements while allowing some relief for parking requirements and ensuring safe structures. The ordinance committee did not raise any questions or concerns about the ordinance. Currently, child care centers are required to be zoned commercially due to state regulations. The city of Terre Haute has been zoning child care centers as planned developments to prevent commercial zoning from intruding into residential neighborhoods where they are primarily located. Staff and the ordinance committee provide a favorable recommendation for general ordinance number 8, 2025.
Marcus, are you, I assume, representing?
I will serve as the petitioner.
Anything that you'd like to add to staff's report?
I think Sydney covered it pretty well. I mean, the main goals are to safely and effectively get childcare here, take away some of the hurdles, but make sure that we kind of cross all the i's and dot the t's. We've seen where they struggle with parking. Our code is a little overwhelming with some of the parking sometimes, and we found that with altering plans like we are through the proposed zoning ordinance, we can work with them to right-size the parking and not continue to send them for variances. So we're trying to take away some of the hurdles there, and then the other main side is just complying with state code by adding the zoning class, but also the strike-through in the licensed child care that strikes out the number that we historically always allowed, puts us aligning with the numbers that the state has. So we had a lot of confusion there from child care providers where they were given a license from the state that said how many children they could have, and our code didn't match. We feel the state probably knows what they're doing, and that they've done a lot of work, and that we should just follow their lead. Happy to answer any questions.
Okay. Anyone on the planning commission have any questions for Marcus? Anyone here would like to speak to this issue? Now I'll entertain a motion.
So move for approval.
Those in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Those in favor? Aye. We are adjourned.
Boy, she was quick on that.
She's ready to go.
She was out of here. Yeah, boy, she rattled through them, didn't she? Like a buzzsaw. What'd you say? Oh, I didn't see her response.
Yeah, it's a band.